foodies, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be cooking something that I'm sure is a favorite for everybody, and it is Pav Bhaji. It's a very famous street food from India, one of my personal favorites. Please try this recipe because it's got lots of vegetables and you're going to love it. It's full of flavors. So let's look at the ingredients. Okay, so first let's have a look at the first part of the ingredients where we're going to get our vegetables ready. So for that I've taken 4 small tomatoes. I've just chopped them because we're going to boil them anyway, so it doesn't matter how you cut them or chop them. Then I've taken 1 beetroot. I've again chopped that. I've taken about 3 medium-sized potatoes. I've taken 1 carrot, and I've taken a small cup of peas. The next ingredient that we'll need is cumin seeds. So I've taken 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. I've taken Pav Bhaji Masala. You can take any Pav Bhaji Masala. This should be readily available in any supermarket. In the first step, I'm just going to be using about 1.5 teaspoon, and the rest of it I'm going to be using it later on. And you'll need some oil. Okay, I've taken a pressure cooker and I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of oil. Okay, once the oil heats up, I'm going to add the cumin seeds. I'm just going to... Okay, and after about 30 seconds, I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoon of Pav Bhaji Masala. Okay, make sure that our masala doesn't get burnt. So at this stage, I'm going to just add the tomatoes first, and I'm going to mix it for about a minute at the other vegetables. Okay, at this stage I've added about half a teaspoon of salt. I think I forgot to mention it earlier, but at this stage just add about half a teaspoon of salt or as per taste. Okay, I'm going to add the rest of the vegetables into it as well. Okay, I'm going to give it a nice mix and for about 1 or 2 minutes, and then I'm going to add some water. So I'm going to add about 1.5 cup of water, and then I'm going to let this boil in a pressure cooker. If you don't have a pressure cooker, not a problem, you can just boil the vegetables in its masala. Okay, we can see that I've added the water, and I'm going to just give it a nice mix, and then I'm going to put it on a pressure cooker for about 3 whistles. Okay, now we'll go through the next part of the recipe. So in this, I'm going to be using the remaining Pav Bhaji Masala. I've taken Kasuri Methi. These are dried Fenugreek leaves. This gives an amazing aroma to our Pav Bhaji. I've taken lemon juice. It's about half a lemon juice. I've taken Kashmiri red chili powder. You can take normal chili powder as well. I've taken about 2 teaspoons. I've taken 100 grams of butter. Now in this recipe you will require quite a bit of butter because it's going to be really yummy. I've taken about 1.5 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. Okay, next I've taken a chopped capsicum. This is 1 capsicum or peppers, and I've taken 1.5 onion. I've taken a large onion, and I'll use about 1 onion when I'm making my bhaji, and rest of it I'm going to use it later on to garnish. I've taken 1 cup of coriander leaves as well. I will use about 3/4 cup when I'm making the bhaji, and rest again I'll use for garnish. And I've taken about 3 chopped green chilies. I've taken oil, and I've taken salt as per taste. Okay, first I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoon of oil. Now I'm adding 50 grams of butter. Okay, I'm going to add the capsicum or the peppers at this stage. And now I'm going to add the onions. As I said, I'm just going to be adding 1 onion at this stage. We're going to cook this for about 3 minutes on high flame. What we don't want is for our onions to get overcooked. we just want it to become transparent, so just like cooked, just about right for our bhaji. Pav Bhaji is an amazing street food in India. It's a delicacy and it's one of my favorite street foods as well. And people just love it because it's so yummy. Okay, now this is done, so we're going to add the other ingredients at this stage now. So I'm going to be adding our chopped green chilies. I'm going to add the remaining Pav Bhaji Masala. This is going to give it an amazing aroma. Now I'm adding the Kashmiri red chili powder. This is going to give it a really nice color. It's not really spicy, but if you prefer the Pav Bhaji to be really spicy, then you can just use normal red chili powder. Okay, so now I'm going to add the Kasuri Methi or dried Fenugreek leaves. This gives it an amazing aroma. When you're putting this in, just make sure that you actually crush it with your fingers. Now I'm going to add the ginger garlic paste. Now I'm adding the chopped coriander. As I said, I'm just going to use 3/4 of it, and rest of it I'm going to use it to garnish it later. Now I'm going to add the lemon juice. Okay, so I've just added salt as per taste, and I'm going to give it a nice mix. Okay, I'm going to add some water, about half a cup of water. Okay, it's smelling really yummy right now. Now at this stage I'm just going to let it cook for a minute. If you want to taste it for salt, and you can do that at this stage. And then after this, what we're going to do is the vegetables that we had prepared earlier, we're going to add that in. Okay, so now I'm going to add the vegetables that we've prepared. You can see that the vegetables are really well cooked, and we're going to add this to this masala now. Okay, so I'm going to give it a nice mix, and then I'm going to mash this, and a lovely bhaji will be ready then. If you're new to my channel, please make sure that you like, share and subscribe to my channel. So please, you know, any recipes that I share, it's all easy to cook and readily available at home. I try and suggest alternatives as well. So please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you are notified whenever I post anything new. Okay, so now I'm going to mash these together. Because we've boiled these vegetables already, it shouldn't be take too long and doesn't require much effort. You can see that we're able to mash our vegetables really easily. Okay, my pav bhaji is ready. Okay, so I'm just going to switch off the flame. I made some, I'm going to show you how to serve this as well. I baked some homemade pav. So here we go. And I'll share the recipe of this as well in my video, but you can actually get any from the shop as well. But I'm going to show you how to make our pav in a way that we can have it with our bhaji, and it's going to be yummy. So in a pan, I've just added some butter. Okay, I'm just going to let it melt it. I've cut the pav, the bread, into kind of like 2 pieces, and I'm going to place it here. I'm going to let it kind of like just all the butter kind of like smothered around it. Okay, so you can see that our pav is ready. This is one way of making it, but I'm also going to show you another way of making it as well, which is going to be a bit more with the masala and with the bhaji. Okay, so I've just added some butter, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a bit of my bhaji. Okay, I'm just going to let it mix with the butter, and now I'm going to add my pav. You can add the onions and the coriander leaves as well onto the pav. Okay, so this is how we plate it up. So I've got the plain pav here, and I've got the one with the masala here, and then I've got the bhaji, and I've put some butter, which is going to give it a yummy flavor. What you can also do is add some onions, and some coriander leaves, and serve it with a lemon. And here we go, it's done. Enjoy.